Alright, this is Vegeta 8259, and this is part 2 of the Master Grade Wing Gundam review. And I usually do the inner frame portion of the review last, but I think I'm going to go ahead and do it in part 2 for this video. Or for this review, rather. So, this is Wing Gundam's inner frame. Again, just like the outer armor, I've painted all of this, even done a little bit of detail work, so it's not all just this one gunmetal color. I like the fact that even the shield has kind of a, I guess you could call it an inner frame, basically just consisting of the spine that runs down the center of the shield, and even still has the up and down motion for opening the shield. So I thought that was actually a nice touch. I don't know, there might be one out there, but I can't think of another Master Grade that has a inner frame of the shield. Again, if you could even really call that an inner frame. I like the fact that the wings also have an inner frame as well. Well, an inner frame of sorts. Even though they are just kind of little nubs, but they still look pretty cool, I think. This part right here would have been white if you just snap the kit together without painting it, but since I modified my wings and cut those little white fins off, I just went ahead and painted this the gunmetal color that I used on everything else. Plus, I think having just the inner frame here, this would have looked kind of awkward being white anyway. So, I actually really like this inner frame. It is kind of small, but it's not nearly as fragile as Victory Gundam's inner frame. In fact, it's pretty sturdy. I mean, give it the shake test like Robert does, and it's really, really sturdy. It's not going anywhere. The cockpit hatch opens and closes, and I don't have my little Hero Yui figure in there at the moment. But, yeah. The head is actually really, really small on the inner frame. It's almost like 1 to 144 scale size. You don't really get any inner frame parts for the face plate, but you've got the big clear part. This, most of this front part of the head is going to be yellow for the yellow head Vulcans, but I went ahead and painted it this gunmetal color, and then just painted the yellow head Vulcans by hand, just to make it look a little bit nicer. And then everything else is pretty much all going to be that gunmetal color. And then I went in and added some little copper details, and then went in with some solid colors like red, yellow, and blue. Added a few silver details like the undersides of the thrusters on the feet, thrusters on the back of the legs, and just did some little detail work, not really going for any specific pattern. I was just kind of randomly filling in details here, just so it wouldn't all be one color. And it's actually a pretty good representation of the Wing Gundam, because there's nothing missing. You've even got the skirt armor here on front, sides, and back skirts. The wings are there, like I said earlier. It's very 2.0-ish. Maybe not quite as good as your average 2.0 frame. I still think that the Zaku 2.0 and Gundam 2.0 have better inner frames than this, but this is still pretty nice. Seeing as how the last Master Grade I got was Victory Gundam, this is definitely a welcome change in quality. I just don't know what went wrong with that kit. But anyway, articulation for the inner frame is pretty much the same as it is on the with all the armor attached. So I'm not going to bother going over articulation with this, because I'd just be repeating myself. So I guess that's about it. I really hate to drag out these inner frame reviews very long, because there's not really much to go over. So, I think I'm going to go ahead and end this here. I wasn't really planning to do anything else besides talk about the inner frame. And next part, part 3, I'll come back and do the weapons and accessories, which won't take very long. And then also in part 3, I'm going to do a comparison to the high-grade 1/100 scale Wing Gundam that came out 15 years ago. So with that, I will see you guys next time.